Hello, habari, and welcome to Studio 254 News. My name is Shadrach, and today I'm going to be looking into a brief history of Musalia Mudavadi's past. Basically, how did he get into politics? We all know that since Musalia uh, joined William Ruto, or rather invited William Ruto to his NDC at Bomas of Kenya. And William Ruto, the two parties agreed to work together. There's been a massive outcry throughout the country against Musalia Mudavadi. And we saw yesterday the revelations by Cyrus Jirongo, who was a close confidant of both William Ruto and Musalia Mudavadi in Kitui. We saw the revelations that he brought forth, or the things that he revealed about Musalia. I'm sure very few of us knew that Musalia lived in Kamlesh Patni's former residence, or rather, the property that Musalia lived in at Riverside Drive was actually gifted to him by Kamlesh Patni. And we also know their relationship. The two of them, we do know their relationship during the Goldenberg days. I'll start by saying that Musalia Mudavadi joined politics in 1989 following the death of his father, the late Moses Mudavadi, who was a senior minister in Moi's government. And he was a well-respected Luya politician, well-respected both throughout the country of Kenya and also well-respected in the Western province. It is worthy noting that the senior Mudavadi was a well-educated gentleman. He was an alumni of Maseno School, Leeds University in the UK, Harvard University as well, and he was quite an accomplished politician in his own right. As a matter of fact, during his stint in the Rift Valley as a district education officer, he was promoted to a provincial education officer and transferred to Nairobi. It is rumored that due to his strong relationship that he had already built with Moi while serving in the Rift Valley, he influenced Moi's appointment as a principal in one of the schools in Rift Valley. And thereafter, when Moi quit the teaching profession to join politics, he did feel indebted to the senior Mudavadi and consequently appointed him into his government. Musalia Mudavadi inherited his father's Sabatia constituency seat at a very tender age of 29 without an election. The guy didn't have any opponent. He was simply elected unopposed. And because of his father's relationship with the late President Moi back then, President Moi appointed him into a ministerial portfolio, local government and supplies, and later Minister of Finance, which was a very, very powerful ministry, being in charge of the Treasury. And it's during that time, during his stint at the Treasury, that the infamous Goldenberg scandal took place. As you've already seen, Musalia Mudavadi has always been used to being served with stuff on a silver platter. The guy inherits his father's constituency seat without an election. Straight away, at a very tender age, he gets appointed as a minister to powerful ministry, gets involved with powerful individuals where they pull a massive haste. You can imagine 5 billion shillings back then. That was a fortune, even by today's standards. It's still a major fortune to be lost. And again, in 2002, when NAC and majority of Kenyans decided to bring an end to the 24-year Moi rule, what does Musalia do again? He gets appointed as a vice president with only 2 months to the election, something that really angered so many Kenyans. It was the worst betrayal, even though the NAC party did eventually win the presidency, but it was a massive betrayal from Musalia all the same. And again, after making that catastrophic blunder of ditching his colleagues in the NAC party and joining Moi to be a vice president for 2 months, and again after the controversial 2007 elections, what does Raila do? Raila picks him again and appoints him as a deputy prime minister. In fact, it's a position that, honestly, that position was meant for William Samoei Ruto, because we all know how he campaigned for Tinga in their party. But then Raila Odinga, having a soft spot for Musalia, decided to appoint him as a deputy prime minister. And that was the genesis, that was the beginning of the bad blood that we've seen between William Samoei Ruto and Raila Odinga. And Ruto seems never to have gotten over that betrayal by Raila, and never to have forgiven him. I think moving on, things will get even tougher for Musalia. I do believe that there'll be so many revelations that will be brought into the limelight between now and the August 2022 general elections. The outcry against Musalia is arising out of the simple fact that over the last few years, Musalia has portrayed himself, or is rather sold himself, as a clean and safe pair of hands. He's not been mentioned in corruption scandals, though we knew, and people knew that he was involved in various scandals like the Golden Back and the Mavoko cemetery land, during his stint as a local government minister, during which he took over the land and sold it. That land was meant to be a relocation. It was meant, because the Langata cemetery was almost getting full, it was meant to serve as an overflow for the Langata cemetery, so that when people pass on, or rather when people want to bury their dead, rather than bury them in Langata cemetery, they could take them to Mavoko cemetery and bury them there. We all know how things happened, or rather what happened. The land was sold, pocketed the money, and that was the Kenyan style. End of the story. Same with Golden Bag. And personally, I believe that the reason why so many politicians are up and against Musalia is that he's been portraying himself as a corrupt-free guy, as a nice, safe pair of hands, only for him to do something that is counterproductive. He's joined UDA, and people are up in arms, because we all know Ruto's reputation, where public assets and where public wealth and resources are mentioned. We know his name has appeared in so many scandals and all that, and that's why people are really feeling betrayed by Musalia Mudavadi. Please let us know in the comment section, and also do remember to click the subscribe button to subscribe to this young channel, so that we can grow together, and also to click the like button so that it can be recommended. Thank you. Bye.